Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. We all know that a good vocabulary enables you to better express yourself. And most vocabulary lists are drawn from the respected, what they call the corpus of contemporary American English, which bases its list on, quote, a wide range of genres, spoken, fiction, popular magazines, newspapers, and academic journals. Well, this little list that I'm going to offer you is a little more tailored to you, the educated person who has tended to follow my work. Well, the following 66 words appear in recent things I've written, and were selected because even many educated people don't often use these words, even though they're potentially valuable. Or people may use those words but inaccurately. Usually I provide the definition verbatim from the Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary, although occasionally I've modified it for concision or to highlight the word's most helpful usage. These words are particularly appropriate when writing. Depending upon who you're talking with, the more you use those words when speaking, the greater risk you're going to be viewed as showing off. But they are useful words. First, I want to start with feeling words in alphabetical order. Acrid, meaning bitter, sharp, harsh. And here I'll use them in a sentence. The relationship between the uncle and niece is tense, sometimes downright acrid. Antipathy means deep dislike. His antipathy to Freudian theory began when psychoanalysis failed to improve his daily life and was solidified when he read modern critiques. Catharsis means releasing a strong emotion. His extended journaling provided catharsis for having lost his job. Denigrate means belittle. The attacks not only denigrated his ideas, but him. Enamored means affected by love or admiration. She was enamored of nature's handiwork. Jaundiced means influenced by envy, distaste, or hostility. Trained in long-term psychotherapy, she had a jaundiced view of brief counseling. Miasma, an atmosphere that tends to deplete or corrupt. The roommates were also chill that their apartment became a miasma of inertia. Onerous means burdensome. He found the bookkeeping onerous, so he hired someone to handle that. Puerile means childish or silly. The teens' attempts to attract a romantic partner were puerile, for example, pulling their hair. Sensibilities means holding a particular value. The immodest style of dress offended The immodest style of dress offended his conservative sensibilities. Temperament, a person's characteristic emotional response. Her calm temperament made her well-suited to work at a suicide hotline. Untenable means not able to be defended, often referring to having only bad options. The spouse was in an untenable position, either be treated poorly by the spouse but be financially supported, or divorce and, despite a decade out of the workforce, hope to find sufficiently remunerative work. Visceral means instinctive, unreasoning. Many people have a visceral dislike of people of a different political party. Now let's turn to behavioral words. Capitulate means to cease resisting. After years of struggling with substance abuse, he finally capitulated to his family's urging him to get treatment. Cavalier, showing no concern for someone serious. Her health is endangered by her cavalier response to the doctors urging her to stop smoking. Concoct means to devise or fabricate. Some employees will concoct all manner of excuses to divert attention from their sloth. Demeanor means outward manner. His demeanor was compelling thanks to his erect yet relaxed posture and easy smile. Dissemble means to create a false appearance. Some therapy clients dissemble to hide the depths of their problem. Engender means to cause to exist or develop. Communicative parents can engender communicativeness in their children. Evince means display clearly. He evinced obvious approval of loud and proud types. Exacerbate means to make a bad situation worse. The name-calling exacerbated the already troubled relationship. Expedient means doing what's opportune. The expedient, if unethical, option was to tattle on his coworker, exaggerating the error. Foist means to force a person to accept, especially by deceit. Unscrupulous practitioners foist unnecessary sessions on clients. There was a part of me that wanted to joke. Foist, that's what happens when you're in New York and you're talking about who's going to be at the head of the line. You're going to go foist, but I didn't do that, did I? Anyway, hubris means undue self-confidence. Despite being a freshman on academic probation at an open admission college, the student had the hubris to call the professor stupid. Individuate means to form into a distinct entity. A purpose of college is to facilitate young adults' individuation as separate from their parents. Incur means to cause oneself something unwanted. Refusing to try mediation made them incur the cost of lawyering up. Infuse means to permeate with something, usually for the better. The coach's encouragement infused her with renewed optimism. Invoke means to refer to something in support of your ideas. He invoked a meta-analysis to support his advocating that groups be divided by severity of disability rather than at random. Missive. It's a written communication, usually lengthy. The letter of commendation turned out to be a protracted missive describing even minor accomplishments. Preternatural means inexplicable by normal means. He had a preternatural gift for intuiting what was on people's minds. Profess means to declare in words or appearances only. She professed a belief in God, but quietly had doubts. Query means requesting information. Her query to book publishers was successful. 2 of them want to see her proposal. Rationalize means to make something seem reasonable. He rationalized overspending by saying, I work hard, I deserve that Rolex. Reciprocity means a mutual exchange of privileges. Reciprocity improves a relationship. Remunerative means financially profitable. Her focusing her private practice on a micro-niche, eating disorders in adult women, not only facilitated her gaining mastery, it was remunerative, quite. Supplicate means to ask earnestly and humbly. The contrite child supplicated his parent and the priest for forgiveness. Sycophant means a self-seeking flatterer. The sycophant professed agreement with everything the boss proposed at meetings. Unduly means excessively. The fitness trainer was unduly demanding of clients who merely wanted to be in moderate shape. Venerate means to honor or revere. Many people venerate athletes, actors, and singers even when they're opining in areas far beyond their expertise. And finally, a group of words that are related to cognition or intellection. Ameliorate means make a bad situation more tolerable. Society needs to ameliorate its system for addressing healthcare issues. Anomaly means something unusual or unexpected. That poor test score was anomalous. Just look at her other scores. Asymptote means the point at which additional effort yields less payoff. She kept increasing her dose of Prozac only to the asymptote, the point at which the benefit to side effect ratio started to decline. Burgeon means expand rapidly. The interest in deep brain stimulation to treat depression has burgeoned in recent years. Capstone means crowning achievement. Her getting an American Psychological Association Lifetime Achievement Award was the capstone of a most contributory career. Composite means combining elements of a group's individuals. The writer uses composite stories so he can incorporate useful experiences from a number of his clients. Definitive means authoritative and apparently exhaustive. His tome is the definitive biography of Aaron Beck. Discerning means showing insight in evaluating people or things. The editor had a discerning eye for what would benefit Psychology Today's readership. Corollary means a logical extension. A corollary of the exhortation to think critically is, consider the source. Crystalline means strikingly clear. Her explanation of the complicated concept of cognitive dissonance was crystalline. Delimited means defining the limits of. Her responsibilities were delimited by the rules in the employee handbook. Developmental means assisting a person's growth. Librarians are good at selecting children's books that are developmentally appropriate. Empirical means based on experience or testing. The therapist's insecurity led him to base his practice too heavily on empirical findings, to the exclusion of his wonderful novel ideas. Ethos means guiding principles of a person or group, usually a group. The organization's ethos stressed efficiency. Evanescent means tending to vanish, like vapor. Alas, that approach's benefits are usually evanescent. Externalities means outside forces. His successes were not all of his own making. They were affected by externalities, such as special programs and societal trends. Foundational means the base principle or doctrine. A foundational principle of modern parenting is that reasoning with the child is wiser than focusing on rewards and punishments. Granular means detailed. A more granular analysis of the person's family constellation found that the grandparents had an unusually large impact. Immutable means not capable of change. Intelligence may be difficult to improve, but it's not completely immutable. Incremental means small improvements. Most people acquire leadership skills incrementally, bit by bit. Maelstrom means a powerful whirlpool sucking in objects. It's easy for college-bound students to be sucked into the maelstrom of belief that it's crucial to get into a designer label college. Moribund means dying. The program was moribund, but restored to life by a brilliant, energetic new director. Mote means a speck. She deserved at least a mote of credit for all the work she's done. Neologism means a new word or expression. He created the neologism holidodium to refer to people who find the holidays odious. Panoply means an impressive array. The therapist had a panoply of modalities in her toolkit. Ubiquitous means seeming to be seen everywhere. The ads for drug rehab facilities are ubiquitous. Undergird means the basis or foundation of. Undergirding cognitive behavioral therapy is the belief that much of a person's malaise comes from irrational reactions to unpleasant ideas or events. We can all get by without using those words, but especially people who are psychologically attuned, but probably all of us, benefit from using such words. They help people to fully convey what we mean. Consider writing on an index card each word on the list that you don't already use well, but would like to. On the back of each card, write its definition, and, if it would help, a sentence that uses the word and makes its meaning clear. Practice using those index cards for just a few minutes, or just minutes at least, and you will have added new tools for saying what you actually intend to say. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. and I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.